Well, let's get some analysis on this story now with Stephen Fish from Berkeley, California. He served as a consultant to U.S. federal agencies and international organizations like the European Commission for Democracy Through Law. Stephen, it's good to have you on this news hour. We appreciate your time.
Pleasure.
What do you think Vladimir Putin's strategy is going to be over the next few weeks as we get closer to this one-year anniversary? We had a report earlier, and he was quoted in that report that's saying that modern war with Russia will be quite different. And it's brought about some speculation that Russia may possibly use nuclear weapons in the next few weeks.
Well, from time to time, Putin makes this threat. He knows perfectly well that if he used nuclear weapons in Ukraine, that this would be very harmful for Russia and probably very harmful for him. There's no way that NATO, the United States, would stand by and put up with the use of nuclear weapons. I think also China's President Xi Jinping has also warned Putin against using nuclear weapons. Putin trots out these threats from time to time, and in large part because he has nothing else to do. His military is performing miserably. His army is being held back and even pushed back by Ukrainian forces who are far inferior in number. They're much superior in quality.
Well, let's talk a little bit about that. So you say that the Ukraine's forces are superior in quality, but Russia does have the manpower. And do they have the weapons to go with that? Because obviously in times of war, it's very difficult right now to say who's in the driving seat, because it does seem to go back and forth all the time.
It does, but we have to remember that half of the territory that Russia initially occupied in the war, they've been rolled back out of by Ukrainian forces. The biggest problem for those hundreds of thousands of Russian forces that are on the ground right now in Ukraine is that most of them are very poorly trained. Many have no training at all. Many of them are very poorly equipped. And yes, they can make some inroads, but it's very questionable as to their ability to actually conquer more Ukrainian territory, or over the long run, even hold what they've got, especially since the Ukrainian military keeps getting better and better. It's going to get more and better weapons from the West, and Ukraine and morale on the Ukrainian side is much higher. Russia is now resorting to the use of convicts who have no military training at all, and they are losing their troops much faster than Ukrainians are on the ground from all estimates.
Do you think that Ukraine is going to get the weapons that it's asking for, in particular, the air artillery that it wants?
Well, that remains to be seen. So far, the West has provided, the weapons that Ukraine needs, but just kind of behind the schedule that the Ukrainians want them. I think the next step, now that they have these tanks on the way, is to get aircraft, to get fighter aircraft. And right now, Western countries are saying those are not forthcoming. I think that might change in coming months, though.
It will be very interesting to see what happens in the coming weeks and certainly the next few weeks. Stephen Fish, appreciate you speaking to us. Thank you.
My pleasure.